A lot has changed since the last time that you saw me. I've been mentoring musicians around Wellington, and I want to serve the greater good of art in general in these times of AI and all of that sort of stuff. I want to serve the artists of the world in any way I can, and this is a good place to start. And if you struggle with finding the confidence to be able to do what you want to do, then this video is for you. 4 years ago, if you told me that I would be where I am today, I probably wouldn't believe you, because I was just so incredibly insecure. I was a very jealous person. I didn't believe in myself. I made a choice. I made a decision when I was at my absolute lowest that I was going to take every step it took, no matter how long it took, to get to where I want to be. And 3 years after that choice was made, I am now a front woman in a band, and I am mentoring musicians, and I work for a music collective, and I'm doing everything that I set out to do, and I'm still intent on creating more for myself, because at the end of it all, I want to live a fulfilling life. That should be the goal for all of us. I know that it's easy to look at fame and fortune and measures of success that have been set for us. But at the end of the day, what we all want is to be happy. There's a quote from The Princess Diaries 2 that has stuck with me for a really long time through this journey. I don't remember it exactly, but it goes something like this. Bravery or courage is not the absence of fear, but rather knowing that something else is more important. It is a great act of self-love to set out on this journey. But if we really want to be happy, if we really want to be at peace, we have to do the groundwork to be able to build upon to get to that place. And it is about the journey. I can't say that it's any easier having what I wanted. There's still challenges, there's still things that I need to think about all the time. Problems, planning. It's all still busy. It takes up a lot of time, but I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. And there's a philosopher that once said, life is suffering. Or maybe it was Buddha. Doesn't matter. What that means is, you're going to suffer anyway. You may as well do something that's worth suffering for you. I think another philosopher said that. I don't know. I'm getting them mixed up. It doesn't matter. The foundation of which you grow on is more important than having the thing that you want. And I spent a really long time building that foundation for myself. And yes, it was hard. But I wouldn't take it back for the world. And if there's one thing that I've learnt, is that my want, my need to create will always be greater than the obstacles in my way. And I never used to think that way. I know what it feels like to not think that way. I know what it feels like to think that everybody else can do it better than you. I know what it feels like to not have any sense of direction or know what step is going to be next. The first step is deciding. The first step is making a choice. I feel like humanity has moved into a phase where fear is no longer useful in most parts of our lives, because fear sometimes keeps us from the things that we want. That's what I've found. When things terrify me, things that I want terrify me. If introducing myself to a person and networking with somebody terrifies me, I know I have to do it. And that is where you must begin. You have to look at the first step. Maybe it's making that choice. Maybe that choice scares you. Maybe healing your body and learning how to feel your emotions scares you. But that was a really great place for me to start. Writing out everything about myself that I didn't like. Figuring out where I had learnt that from. Journaling, getting to know yourself, is the artist's way. We cannot pull from our experiences if we are too afraid to face them. If we want cathartic expression, we have to dive into the deepest parts of ourselves, make peace with them. Because our vessel, our body, is the only thing that we have that will always be there at the end of the day. Even if we lose limbs, we still have our heart, we still have our mind, we still have our spirit. And that spirit is worth knowing. That, I would say, is the best place to begin. I want it to be clear. I don't want it to get twisted. That I had no hope. I had not a thing to show for what I wanted. I was lazy, but I was only lazy because I hated myself and I didn't think that I deserved what I wanted. I felt like everything was against me. I thought that somebody was going to come and see the talent that I had within me and be like, oh, actually you deserve this. I'm going to give it to you. Nobody came. That realization set in. I had to make a call. I had to answer the call. And I want you to too. Because I've seen throughout every step along the way how things fall into place. How the universe guides you towards your heart's desire. I've seen miracles happen. And I used to be exactly where you might be now. The world needs your art. The world needs your perspective. There is nobody on this world, on this planet, that has been through the experiences in the order that you have been through them. There's nobody in this world that has had the thought processes that you've had, that's seen the world through your eyes. And if art is cathartic for you, if you enjoy it, you deserve to be able to do it without judging yourself. You deserve what you want. It is your birthright to create, and to create authentically, to create without malice towards people, to create from the most authentic part of you, from your soul, not to be better than anyone. Right now, I want you to make a choice. Nobody's coming to get you. Nobody is going to magically give it to you. You have to put one foot in front of the other and congratulate yourself for doing so, for every step. Every milestone, I want you to look back and I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to explore your mind. I want you to go to the deepest, darkest parts of yourself and make peace with them and realize that you're allowed to love and accept who you are. That everyone who tells you who you are, everyone who paints a picture of you, has no right to get to you. Their place is figuring out themselves, and if they would rather spend time projecting their own selves onto you, that's their choice. You have a choice as well. Your choice is to do with yourself. If you know yourself, Nobody has the power to tell you who you are. And when you finally get the ball rolling and you start building what you set out to create, whatever that may be, I want you to think of the person that you are right now listening to this video. I want you to remember them. I want you to do it for them, because they need a hero. They need somebody. You need to be the person that comes to save them. I hope you make the right choice. In the next video, we'll talk about how to get started. Maybe before that, we'll talk about jealousy, because that's a topic that I really want to go over, because it's something that can be utilized in a really healthy way, in a way that doesn't bring others down. And at the end of the day, that is the most important thing with jealousy. But I won't get ahead of myself. I'll see you next time.